Hey, one of my favorite things about the CrossFit Games Open, so you have an unknown workout that gets released once a week, and you complete the workout within a couple days and post your score to a worldwide leaderboard for a couple 100,000 people to compare yourself to. And one of the things I love about this is in that couple day period, you have a chance to redo the workout. And not all of them are the worst workouts I've ever done. Not all of them are the hardest workouts I've ever done. Wanting to beat a lot of other people makes them really challenging. That's where you manifest the difficulty. Wanting to strive to succeed exceptionally in them. And so within this couple of day period, you have this ability to redo these workouts. And my view on it always used to be, if you think back to any, especially when it comes to redoing, if you think back to any sporting event you had and, pitch you made, swing, shot you took, whatever, block you should have made, didn't make, and someone said to you, hey, do you want to redo that? I feel like all of us would say yes. That used to be has been my perspective on that for a long time. I was thinking about this a lot today. So there's like a lot of chatter online about, do you redo workouts? Should you redo workouts? I hate the word should. And the more I've reflected on this, and I used the sports analogy in the past of, why wouldn't you redo it? I think something that's funny about the sports analogy is those really are passing moments. And, they cannot and are not meant to be second chances. They're a one-time thing. Whereas the Open is structured in a way where it does allow you to redo. And so I think in those moments, those are those one-time moments where you really don't have the opportunity to do something again. Take that shot, the buzzer beater, that kind of stuff. Catch that one pass. Those have happened. In all the ways those turned out, whether you were the gym class hero or the GOAT or whatever, or you blew it, they couldn't have happened any other way. So that might not be the best analogy. Hopefully this goes somewhere. But I think about the ability to redo the open workouts is one, I think they're kind of built to be able to redo. Two, I think one of the more challenging things, and then some people say things like, well, if you can redo it, you didn't go out hard enough the first time. And that's exactly the point. And I can definitely see where, some people say, well, it just builds the habit in CrossFit workouts where you can redo. Yeah, sure. Part of what we do, though, in CrossFit is redo workouts. I think there's something really spectacular, and probably because I'm a fan of it, and praiseworthy about people who redo these workouts, because it does not feel great. And a lot of cases, some of these workouts can be a little bit longer, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and you are knowingly going through 19 minutes of you're knowingly going through 19 minutes of really awful metabolic distress, maybe 19 minutes and 58 seconds for one more rep. And I think that's important. And I think also when you have the opportunity truly to walk away from something and say, I could have done better, and you have the opportunity to go do better again, I think it's a good skill to practice and take. Now, if you can go do it the first time, knock it out of the park, put down a time that you could never beat again without some significant effort, practice, insight, analysis, training, fantastic. It's a good sign, especially if you're a competitor. Getting ready to go do those in-person live events where you do only have a single chance. But for everyone else, I think it's a good skill to practice. Go do something you don't really want to do, but deep down inside you believe you're capable of, maybe even only for a small reward. I think that's really important. I really love watching people redo these workouts in the gym who are not like competitors in the sense that they're trying to progress through any season or win money at this. They're people who just regularly come in and do the fitness because they like how it makes them feel, or maybe the others around them feel. Watched a guy this weekend, came back in, was totally unsure about the workout, went into it again, did the whole thing for a single rep at the end. And he's really proud of that. I think it's a special thing. So I guess the lesson there for me is, and like I said, I probably am a little bit biased because I like the redo, because it's not easy to go back into it. And it's really not easy to go back into it when you go into it and you maybe feel like you have a better strategy, or feel like you try harder, gave a better effort, and you come out the same or worse. Because I do think, and we've talked about this before, talked about this a little bit yesterday, it's really hard to, I think, face your maximum. Oh man, that's all I got. I thought I had a better strategy. That's my second time doing it. I couldn't do any better. I have friends, because you always see this too all around you. It's like, oh, I see so many other people who did better their second time. I can't. It's really important to come face to face with your best and know that on second brush, giving it your all, you couldn't beat your best. Now, I think this is a really good thing because this happens a lot in life, you know, and I also see this happen a lot in life in a couple different ways. One of the ways I see this in the workout way, and for me, this is just kind of it's at the top of my mind. It's present in a lot of the things that are going on right now, but you realize, hey, I had a second hack at this. I had ability to look back and reflect, and this is just really where I am. So you got to come face to face with your weaknesses and your shortcomings if you give it another hack and you don't get better. Or maybe you do only get better for one more rep and that feels really good, but in your head you're like, oh, I thought I could have done better than that. Well, you didn't. And that means you got to take a closer look, go back to the drawing board. That's an important skill to be able to have. The other reason I think it's an important skill is because we've talked about this in the past, as we've said, you know, success is the easiest place to hide. And I've framed that in the concept of success is an easy place to hide in terms of if you're really successful, you can hide all your bad characteristics because everybody's just focused on the success. It's a big shiny object distracting as hell. You can ignore the other stuff about him because he's achieved so much. He's achieved so much. The other thing I think where success is an easy place to hide is, and it's good, like we want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But we tie one success to future success. Oh, so-and-so was really successful here, so they're going to do great at this thing in the future. And we've talked about this before, is that success skills, good habits in one place aren't always immediately portable into other areas. I've seen this so much, and CrossFit's a great example. Oh, CrossFit builds mental toughness. CrossFit builds discipline, blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong. I definitely think it does. But it's not one-to-one. It's not what you can work hard in the gym. You can show up, be consistent in the gym, and that doesn't immediately carry over to something somewhere else. Is there correlation? Yes. Relax, people. But when you can put yourself in that position of, hey, I'm going to try really hard. I'm going to give it my best effort. I think I could do a little better. I'm going to retest, do that thing again after analysis, come out with a different strategy, play to my strengths, minimize my weaknesses. I want to go give it another shot, even better effort. Oh man, same outcome, or I even fell short. Oof. What went wrong? What do I got to look at? What happened there? It's a nice place to practice accountability because it is something you have to practice. And again, like I said, I see it so very often, especially the older I've become, and in business, in careers, employment. I meet so many. Oh, so and so is great here. This last company, they did X, Y, and Z. Then you meet them and you work with them and you see little glimmers, flashes. You see how they could have been so great in the past. They're not great now. And it's kind of a bummer because they get to go around riding on the success of the past and other people applaud them for that success of the past. But they don't ever get to be greater because we're just patting them on the back. Oh, you did so great then. And no one has the guts to say, well, you suck now. Or it's probably not the right way to do it. Or simply say, hey, you did great in the past, but maybe what's going on right now is not the best place to apply what you did so well in the past, or it's just not the fit for you. You're not going to shine here, even though you did so well in the past. Doesn't take away from it. But man, oh man, it's not a one-to-one in terms of skill portability. So for all of us out there, especially if you've had a lot of success in the past, got to keep tuning those skills up. I'll never forget that. I did like a little study once, study abroad thing, something in college. And, I'd clearly just wanted to waste money in college, so I became an English and philosophy major. And I remember during the study abroad program, we had a writing project, did the writing, got really good marks. Professor really liked it, gave me great feedback, compliments. Second writing came around, basically sent her the same thing I did the first time. She annihilated it. And basically told me, and I said, well, what was wrong with it, blah, blah. She said, I can tell you're resting on your laurels. she said, "You gave me the same things you did before. Nothing got better." And it was a good lesson. It's a lesson that stuck with me for a really long time. Someone else phrased it to me once as, "You're only fit as your last workout." I love that. It's scary. It's uncomfortable. But it's a reminder you got to earn it each day. So, like we talked about before, every day you drink from a well that you had no hand in digging. So you either got to add to that well or go start digging another one for somebody else. Don't be afraid to retest that workout. And don't be afraid to give it your best effort and blow it. Don't just hide behind your last, greatest, best effort and assume that's going to promise you success in the future. That's where my head was at today. Anywho, enjoying the week after a very conflicting weekend, but more tomorrow.